Islam's never fought anybody as long and tall as I am, let alone someone who moves the way I move. He doesn't have a chance against me on the feet, and I need to see him unconscious. There's no excuses when I beat him. Machado Gary is the best fighter in the world, and that's it.
Everybody say before the fight, I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna finish Islam, I'm gonna stop his wrestling, but it's not working. I'm gonna do whatever I want and finish him. So I'm the best fighter in the world, and I'm gonna show it in Philadelphia. To make the fight easy, we have to training hard every day.
Use your range. Use your range. Range.
Who can beat us, who training more than us. But no one training more than us.
Nice, Usman. Very nice, Usman.
I'm not just grab. I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm gonna use all my skills.
And then you got Islam, who's, compared to all of them, he's the total package. He was beautiful to train. I mean, he's the easiest champion I've ever had to deal with. He can do it all. That's what people are missing.
You guys ready? Okay, let's go.
It's not a grappler versus a striker. It's a total MMA fighter fighting.
Nice, Usman.
And we just decide how he's gonna fight, how he's gonna win.
But all of that starts with, takedown defense. And then all of that kind of starts with, distance management, keeping your back off the fence, footwork, jab. Honestly, I really believe, people are like, oh, can you really win with footwork and a jab? Well, no, but footwork and a jab and good takedown defense has been like what Sean Strickland does. You know what I mean? That's how he wins. What is he winning with? Punishing fucking ground and pound? That's not how he wins. It can be done. So to me, it's long range weapons. It is takedown defense. It is managing of not just the distance between himself and Islam, but the distance between his back and the cage, space in the octagon. And I think you're gonna have to lead Islam into traps through your movement, right? If you can touch him and then go.
What happened was he ended up getting down to the ankle here. And a lot of people know this, obviously for a wrestling technique, where you bring the foot to the floor, and I drag Freddie, and he goes launching. Sometimes I can fucking fly into the air, sometimes you get to the back. But what I think could play a factor in this is if we get to this position here, and he can feel that this club's not gonna work. And if Ian Gary's sneaking a finger in the glove the Dagestani way, he could drop back to this ankle here and hit the same thing he hit against Poirier. And what he did good against Poirier.
And now you're off at an angle and he has to follow in that space to follow. Bop, bop, you gotta be opening up on him. And again, dude, you might be saying, oh, okay, but can you really do this to Islam Makhachev? I have the exact same questions. It's just hard to see. But I think if there's any winnable path, it's managing real estate, managing distance, being first and third when you need to be, footwork and range. That's going to be everything, because if Islam can get his hands on you and can consistently make grips, that seems like it could be a problem. And Islam's got good striking too, but I don't think he's going to have the same ability, the same speed and the same snap and the same movement. You got to use the advantages that you have.
Because I can frame both my forearm and my leg. It's hard for Freddie to reach the other leg, whether it be with his foot or his hand. Sometimes we can even slip because we don't have wrestling boots and stay square. Whereas a traditional slip, when we get over, we'll expose our back. So again, I think it's gonna be interesting. Ian Gary, probably gonna get taken down, but if we see this exchange, I'm really interested to see what happens. Can Islam do his regular high club foot sweep, or will Ian Gary? Not many people do play the clubbing and collar tie like Islam does. GSP would do it. GSP would do it effectively till he came into BJ Penn. And the reason I think Ian Gary's gonna have some problems for Islam is because he does that BJ Penn hook, which again is a rare problem to encounter. As he hikes it up, we can maintain our space here. It's really, really difficult to deal with, especially if we can push the head here.
Ian's footwork is very good. His distance management is very good. He's got a very good series of lancing attacks. His takedown defense is excellent. Shavkat didn't get him down until like the 4th or the 5th. And even then, yes, he did get him down. And so I think this will be kind of interesting to see what kind of takedowns he uses. If you guys recall, Rakhmonov was only doing upper body stuff and couldn't get any of it to work. And then eventually mixed lower.
I got this made a while ago, and I feel like this is something me and you would like. So, that is my Cage Warriors world title that I won in July 2019. And above it, when I got that one framed, I made this frame as well.
You love it.
It's an empty frame that says UFC World Champion coming soon.
You know, so like he was able to get it done, but it took a really long time. And I know Shavkat was injured. So this is what I mean. Like maybe Makhachev goes in there and like bosses him around. It's hard to say. That was almost 2 years ago too, the fight between Rakhmonov and a year and a half anyway, between Rakhmonov and Gary. But I just think Gary's defensiveness, dude, he's hard to take down. He's hard to land on. He's got great footwork, great distance management. He's quicker of the two. He's hungry as shit. Have takedown defense on point, and if you get taken down, you have to have an ability to scramble to your feet or do wrestling get-ups, or, you know, because against Rakhmonov, you'll recall, he just kind of relented. You know, he would fight the takedown, but then once you got the takedown, he didn't really fight it. And so, and it was not much. And so to me, I wonder about that. Like, I think that could be really bad for him.
I'm gonna add one more technique. I'm gonna add this because Dustin Poirier did really, really good against Islam. And I think it was because he forced Islam to stay like low on the single. Like Islam wants to get as close to the hip as possible. And Poirier would be always moving backwards like this. And Islam obviously fucking genius. He adjusted on the fly.
Because it is not the guy with the most celebrity. It's not moving up the weight class to fight the other champ. It's the guy who is hungry as shit, who is on his climb. And if they're the #1 contender, that means they've, you know, earned the spot to be there. And they're going to fight like rabid dogs the whole night, or as long as they're able to. Now, I don't mean that, you know, it's going to be an action-oriented affair. It could be very defensive, as a matter of fact. But I mean, in terms of my screen here, hold on. In terms of Jesus, no.
What's going on?
My screen just kind of flashed something. I don't know what that was. Yeah, but in terms of just being a really complicated test for Islam, and you're like, his best win doesn't compare at all to the other guy's best win. You know, so there seems like this vast difference. And what I would say is I've said this before a million times, the hardest thing to do in MMA is to win a UFC title and then stand a post and defend it against the most deserving contender. Yeah, he probably is. Yeah.
Do you reckon it's between him and Morales? Probably. I mean, Shavkat
Morales is a beast, but he's not as his defense is not as refined as Ian. I mean, again, I'm going to say.
Let me ask you this then: if you're Ian Gary, how do you beat Islam Makhachev?
On the ground, there's just no question Islam is going to be way better. So to me, you need to have.
Islam Makhachev doesn't win because he's an elite wrestler. He wins because his clinch architecture, the way he establishes pressure, controls the hips, and sequences his grappling entries, creates problems at every range. Ian Gary's camp knows this, and they're building a game plan specifically designed to deny Islam the space he needs to build that clinch. Today we're breaking down exactly how they're trying to do it. Javier Menz, Islam's coach, describes him as a total package, not a grappler with striking, but a complete MMA fighter who decides how the fight will be contested. This is precise language. Islam doesn't adapt to opponents, he dictates. His pressure operates in layers. ***, the high club and distance control ***, Islam uses a high club, a lead hand strike that doubles as a distance management tool. It's not always meant to hurt, it's meant to close space and establish the clinch. The problem, few fighters have solutions. GSP used it effectively. BJ Penn gave GSP real problems because Penn moved backward constantly, forcing GSP to overcommit on entries. Dustin Poirier did the same. When Islam can't establish his signature positioning, his offensive sequencing breaks. Once in the clinch, Islam's goal isn't to snap someone down from a collar tie. It's hip control. He wants to be so close to the hips that he can control the takedown entry from an arm drag, use the high club from inside the clinch distance sequence into a high crotch or knee tap, pin the body against the cage. Gary's striking is sharp, he's quick, he has range, and his footwork keeps him off the fence. But against Islam, those aren't advantages. They are requirements. Here's why. Gary has to maintain distance not just from Islam, but from the cage. He can't fight center. If he allows Islam to cut the octagon, the clinch becomes inevitable. Luke Thomas breaks this down. Sean Strickland uses this exact same framework, footwork, jab, and takedown defense. Not exciting striking, but positioning that prevents Islam from establishing pressure. Gary needs to land from a distance Islam can't immediately close. A jab, a cross, leg kicks on the outside where Islam's high club is least effective. The goal isn't to hurt Islam. It's to land first, create space, and move at an angle. If Gary touches and then evades laterally, Islam has to follow into a new space, losing the direct line to the clinch. Gary has to lead Islam into traps through movement. If Gary backs up straight, he hits the cage, Islam's moment. If Gary steps laterally after a touch, Islam has to chase and loses hip position. This is real estate management. Craig Jones is teaching Gary a specific sequence, the BJ pen inside foot hook. It's rare because most fighters don't understand how to use it. Here's the position. Gary frames with his forearm and leg simultaneously. If Islam reaches too hard, Gary keeps his hips away and forces Islam to stay low on a single leg entry. Here's where the ankle hook lies. ***, the constant backward movement principle ***, Dustin Poirier found this. If you move backward constantly on Islam's single, you deny him hip control. He has to chase. And when Islam overcommits trying to get those hips closer, that's when Gary drops into an ankle hook from the leg lock position. This isn't theoretical. Dustin hit this sequence multiple times. Islam eventually adjusted, but it forced him to change his entry pattern. Craig Jones is teaching Gary to set the same trap. Islam shoots low on the single, Gary moves backward. Denying the hip, Islam overcommits to chase the hip control. Gary's leg frames both forearm and frame. Creating space, Gary recognizes Islam can't establish the club from this depth. Gary slides to the ankle hook. Same entry Dustin used. Same principle as the opening exchanges against Oyama. The message is simple. Make Islam chase, break his preferred position, punish the moment he reaches too deep. Brock Menovich tested Gary's takedown defense in 2022. Key observation, Menovich was upper body dominant at first, couldn't get anything to work. Then he mixed in lower body attacks, knee taps, single legs that transitioned into knee taps. It took almost the entire fight to take Gary down. Why? Because Gary has excellent reactive wrestling. When the takedown isn't immediate, he can scramble. He's not reactive like someone who just sits in guard. He actively works for position. Islam is different. Islam won't spend the entire fight perfecting one angle. He'll establish clinch control, then sequence through multiple entries depending on what Gary gives him. Luke Thomas makes this clear. If Gary gets taken down, he has to actively fight it. Relenting, even for a moment, means Islam establishes top control and starts layering pressure. There's no knockout path here, no finish path. The question is, can Gary hold Islam at distance for 5 rounds? The technical requirements, ***, distance management, ***, keep Islam at range where the high club is less effective. Jab, cross, leg kick move. ***, takedown defense, ***, prevent the clinch from becoming a grappling exchange Islam controls. Cage awareness, don't back straight, move angularly. Create space, Islam has to chase. Consistency, this isn't 1 round, it's 5 rounds of the same blueprint. Islam's objective is simpler. Establish clinch control, sequence into takedown position, control top position. If Islam can get his hands on Gary and make grips, he dictates. His striking is sharp, but he doesn't have the same speed, snap, or movement Gary has on the feet. This is a fight between 2 completely different distance problems. Gary's is maintaining it. Islam's is establishing his within it.